have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Jets. The holiday scene. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. It's Devin Duvernay. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And all the way in, touchdown, New York field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. Look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Hines. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And he floats one.
Your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go play action with Wilson. Past the 20. And all the way in. To strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. It's a room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are back within a score. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Jets at 10-4 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I'm
sorry about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
That one 28 yards on the ground. Through one. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida.
Darnell Savage there to make the tackle.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Wilson.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the
1. They'll run with Hall.
Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown.
Brees Hall.
His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
And he is. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Play action. It's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Ball has it knocked loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that? And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Pollard going to try the right side. And some space here. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 102 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first. Now a give here to Pollard. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On the give, this is their fullback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Breida, they'll go up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he brings this one back. It's Charles. That moves it up now to a 3-touchdown advantage. A great individual defensive effort there to continue what has been a very lopsided first half.
And I better buckle in my seatbelt, right? Because you know, as a former DB, when I see a pick 6, I'm up and jumping up and down watching it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be neutral, but those kind of plays, they excite me every time. They are in absolute control of this one. Nice play there.
So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. Get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start it. To 32. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little area over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Hines. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
They'll set up to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And I think the ball's out. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect 2nd half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our 2nd half blowout material.
On from the 1st down run, he'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Second and 8 coming from the 19.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
After that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. J.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession.
You're in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Brees Hall
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the...
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Pollard again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 36-yard line. 82 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They're able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that actually the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. First target, first catch, and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That ball caught by Campbell.
And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down, Cook. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. Bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one, maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
49, 49, got it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Jets, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7.